Okay guys, so in this video what we're going to do is we're going to combat that problem of early hip extension. So if you're the kind of golfer who has that tendency of standing up, coming in towards that hitting area, then it is causing you problems. The reason why is what will happen is it'll make the club shaft be delivered more vertically, which means the chances of you finding the center of the club face will drop dramatically. So that means when you're trying to hit a shot into the green, if you're more likely going to miss hit it, then obviously you're not going to go to the distance that you're expecting with that golf club. The other problem that you have as well is the golfers that have a tendency to do this sort of standing up motion is you are more likely to hit the ground, or if you like, sort of top the ball. So if that is you who's constantly miss-hitting, then what you need to do is pay attention very much to this video. Now, the first thing that we need to do is we need to understand the problem that tends to happen with golfers who struggle. The first problem is very much in the backswing position. Golfers who have a tendency to early hip extend are actually standing up in the backswing. And the reason why you'd be standing up in the backswing is because you don't understand sequence. And what that means is that you're just sort of turning everything together. Golfers who turn everything together in the backswing will end up standing up. And then therefore, even if you actually sequence quite a good downswing, you're still going to be closer to the ball than where you started. So the first thing to understand is just sequence. And the best way to do this is just to spend a little bit of time practicing the takeaway. So taking it first, see the way it's just my hands and arms, a little bit of upper body, not this. And then I turn up to the top and then I hit some shots. And by doing it that way, will give you the ability to get good hip depth. So once you've done that, you've practiced a little bit of sequencing, then what we need to do is progress on to the next stage. Now, golfers who have that tendency to stand up as they start the downswing are missing one vital piece of information, and that piece of information is weight shift. You see, if I sort of mimic an early hip extensional motion, golfers tend to look like this. See, this heel's massively lifted up, and the reason for that is because you haven't moved enough towards the lead side. So the best way to combat that is to get yourself a little foot platform. So you can, buy a multitude of these. Online students that I work with have sourced lots of different bits to find themselves a bit of a foot wedge. All you're going to do is place the foot wedge underneath your lead foot, and the idea for this is you want to do a couple of things. First of all, you obviously want to sequence the backswing, okay, as we've discussed, and then as you start the downswing, you need to make sure you're really shifting weight towards that lead side as you start the downswing. And as you can see as I do this, look how much space there is now to drop that club onto the back of the golf ball as I sort of swing through like so. So part two is to make sure you understand that you're shifting your weight towards your lead side. Now the final thing, if you have done both of those things very well together, the last one is your shoulder. So what should happen, if we go back to our early hip extender, the shoulder pops up. If you have sequenced a good backswing and you've shifted enough weight to the lead side, and then as you swing your arms through, what you should notice is the way that your shoulder stays down. And that is a great way to start thinking about eliminating early hip extension. What you don't want to be doing is trying to force yourself into these positions of chest down and doing all this stuff, because it just doesn't work. And that's why you get stuck with the same problem. See you soon.